Hello. Welcome to part 5 of building DNS server in Zig devlog at Sorcerer Zone. The last time I streamed, it was Friday morning. I had some progress on the challenge from codecrafters, and basically we reached out to the state where we were uh, almost correctly appending the uh, answer section of the message, but we had some extra bytes at the end, and that was because the aesthetic buffer I was using had a bigger size compared to what I needed. So apparently that's an error, and I tried to fix it. And for that, I used the help of the implementation from people at the community, and one of them that took my attention and I was trying to implement was uh, by uh, this guy. I believe it was. Yes, show me the code. I think it was this guy. Okay. So so far, what do we have for the implementation? This is the old implementation that I was getting an error on, and the error here, as I described, was that I was having a aesthetically sized buffer which I was appending to, and then because I wasn't using all of these bytes, I had some unallocated uh, bytes in my message which I need to remove. Then I need a refactor. Oh wow, there are some stuff I need to delete. Also this. Yeah, and the refactor I did was to basically change this method to utilize a memory allocator instead of having a aesthetic typed response size, which also helped me to change the return value of this to be dynamic. So now I believe I can return a piece of memory that I actually use instead of having a reserved one always. With that, I think I was successfully running the test on response. Yes. Now I need to refactor my main function and basically utilize that result. And how I think there do I need to also change anything else? I also had a to do here, so change the response to answer. This I figured to do. It's better to do it because yeah, if I open the RFC, by the way, this document was a pleasure to read. So inside the RFC, this section is called answer, not response. So I used response back then, and then I figured that was a mistake. So let me try to rename it. I hopefully this can work. Call it answer for now. Okay, beautiful. It failed. So let's do something else. Go select this one, close this, and then open message. And here do env response to answer.zig, yeah. And then inside answer also, can you rename it here, please? Oh, it's because EGLite is not running. ZLS is not running either. How is it even possible? DRM allow. Nice. Now I can hopefully rename answer zig test. Now it should be answer. Yes. And then src main and this piece should also be answer. So I don't have anything here. This, okay, let's also do this answer. This is done. Now what I'm receiving here, I have a result. Let's rename this to response. I'm just reverting it back to the response that I had before. And then it's better now. The thing is, what I'm doing here, what's happening to header, this is how I'm writing header to it, this is how I'm writing the question into it, and then the answer. Now I also need to change this into and memory allocator. One thing I can do is to move this piece up here. So I first process them, have their value, and then also rename this to answer length with verbose for now, but it's fine. And then while I'm making this, I think answer length can also be moved here. For the size, I can now use answer length plus I can do 12 plus question.len plus answer links, right? This way, I should have allocated enough memory to compile. Unable to evaluate comp time expression. For question, what I was doing here, where am I calculating this question by? Okay, so I'm getting, I'm passing on whatever I'm sending out. Yeah, this is unknown on compile time, right? Question is something I'm receiving on the runtime. So I cannot use, okay, that trick didn't work. So I assume now I need to use my allocator. But I'm going to keep the response allocator. I have allocator, right? Oh, here. I have a U8. And then again, I need the size. I still need to have the size, so I need to change the U8. What am I doing for the answer here? For answer, I'm calculating the size. Basically manually passing it there. Here again, then I need to do it. Then it would be 12 plus question dot plus answer. Thanks. Also put to do factor actually fit answer plan. And there I need to try it. Then what happens, I think we still have the same error. I want to run it. Oh, okay. For answer bytes, I need to have an allocator, which I'm going to pass in my allocator here. I'm constantly running the okay, is a slice of non-array type technical. What I'm returning here Okay, I have an error here as well, so can I do try it here? Compiled. Nice. So now let's run our program. And yeah. I want to go to DNS. What's it? Echo. I had something. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm getting 080808, which is end of my message. Nice. This is what I wanted. Okay, then yeah, test it. Evening, Robert. This means that the length you have specified in the header of a record is too long for what followed in the result. The only place I'm setting the length of the record, it's not about our data anymore. So the bug I had initially, overflowing header size, is now the error. What can be wrong here? I have my header, so something like 12 byte, up until here, and then I have the answer. Okay, let's see. I think I'm missing something here. Let's see. This is the header section, right? And then I have ID, QR, a 1-bit field that specifies whether this message is a query or response. So I'm sending a response, indeed. And then opcode, standard query and inverse query, server status request, reserved for future use, that's fine. I think it's a standard query. I didn't get any information to change that. AA authorization, authoritative answer. This bit is valid in responses and it specifies that the response name server is an authority for the domain name in the question. I think I didn't get any information related to that. Truncation. Okay. Truncation specifies that this message was truncated due to the lengths greater than the permitted on transmission channel. Yeah, recursion desired. No recursion available. Reserve response code. No error condition. Yeah. The rest is set of error. QD count and unsigned specifying the number of entries in the question section, which for us is 1. Also 1. NS count. The number of name server resource record in authority, that's also fine. I'm not sure if I need to keep it 0 or not. An unsigned 60 bits, so this is correct. Let's see the answer over here. Open main. Answer Q class. Okay, he has enumeration for each of those. Then IP address. Let's assume that's fine on my side. And then header. Where are you defining the header? This guy's solution is very well sophisticated. I'm comparing this to this other one. This is also in the same spread, in the same stage as I am, and the total code is in like 90 lines. He's achieving the same. I'm going to review this later on as well, because I assume his approach, it not necessarily has all the functionalities of the other codes, but I would like to see how simple the solution could be. But anyways, back to this one, print header. He's printing the header, but for header, what is it doing? He is just receiving the message and then parsing it. First question print for, okay, for each question is printing them. Okay, okay, so he is not making the header like I am doing it here, but just echoing back whatever it's receiving. The only thing is they need to parse it, but that's unrelated. I need to do it, I think, in the later stages where I've been asked to parse the header section, right? So for now, I'm going to keep it as is, but I would like to understand what's going on. Let's ask Copilot. I have the following DNS response from my server. Let's put the whole thing. Let's press no. Okay. And getting this. There is a mismatch between the lengths specified in a DNS record header and the actual data that follows. Looking at your response, the issue is likely the answer section. Let me break it down. Relevant part. Can I? Okay. Go here. Break it. The answer section starts from 01 here. Okay. It says record type 0001, class in 60 seconds, data links 4 bytes. This is correct for this is also 4 bytes. The structure looks correct, but the error suggests that somewhere in your response you have specified a length that doesn't match the actual data size. Common issues: if you are using compression, I don't have any compression. Make sure our data lengths failed. Make sure it exactly matches the number of bytes in the record data. Question section lengths. Ensure the name encoding is properly null terminated. The codecrafter is likely parsing your response and finding that when it reads a specified length, it goes beyond the okay, I think that could be it. So I have the no, but this is also null terminated. I assume that's a null termination character there. Parse this response from let's see. Here's a parse header. I'm doing transaction ID, yeah, flags, QR equal to 1, response, etc. Yeah, 1 question, 1 answer, and a scan that 30 records. Okay, that's fine. And then question section. Exactly, this is it. Over here, I'm missing a null byte character. Byte error. Type and class should be detail field incomplete. It found more errors than I expected. What do you mean by okay, question section? should be big endian. These two I'm just returning as I'm receiving them. But what I suspect is that here I need to also put a null byte. Can I do that? Can I? Extend this with 0x00. Yeah. So uplinks. No. I have a 1 byte U8 and I want to put 0x00 here plus 1, right? And then run my server again. From 0 up until question .len plus 12. Okay. It's nice being concatenated. Okay, yeah. It's not possible like that. What else can I do? I can just come here, fnamcpy response offset scale offset plus 1, do a 1 byte 0x00 offset plus equal 1. Are you happy now? It's not an indexable pointer, yeah. Okay, can I do this? Beautiful. Now if I run it again, it fails. What do you mean? What's happening? Index out of bound. Okay. What I want to do, add a tree here. Yeah. Now I have a null pointer. Hopefully this time it accepts my answer. codecrafters thinking. Okay, that didn't resolve my issue. So maybe it's time to trust Copilot. TTL field. What do you mean by that? TTL field should be a U32. Why do you think? Oh, wait a minute. The class in time are these. Answer. I don't get it. I am writing big Indian. I think there was an error over here. Null terminator. And then it missed this. In the answer section, you missed one byte after null. Okay, that's why you get errors. This is my code. You see, there is no middle and you're absolutely right. I might miss the byte after the null terminator. Now the parsing is correct. Your code looks fine. You're properly using big endian. The overflowing header side error might be coming from somewhere else. And name conversion, no. Total packle names. Your hex is dumb. Okay. There was a null. I see the issue now. After question section, they parse this correctly. No, I think Copilot is messing up with me. It's just repeating itself, and I wish here I had more of an answer from codecrafters, at least to how it should look like. So see inside the instruction. What does he do after adding question? This code is kind of interesting. Set QR. With response. Queue type. This, So it's only setting the first answer. It has the functionality to iterate over them. That's fine. And then I don't see a question section answers. Oh, there is a response packet. This parse is coming from this function. Then we're getting an allocator and we're getting a packet. We return a DNS packet or an error, and here we are setting the question. Okay, we are parsing the question. Parsing question, and then let's see, there was another method. Answer to bytes network. Spite of the response packet. A response packet means this. Oh, the object it is returning is the thing. So go here, DNS packet. You give me DNS packet. Maybe it's the cost. Yeah. To network bytes. I should admit this solution is beautiful. Network bytes. What's going on inside the stream? Okay. To network bytes, I have a total size, which is the size of the DNS header. Then for questions, we are adding the total size in bytes. Okay, this is kind of always 12 or not. The size of the DNS header. The size of a struct is always the, yeah, I think didn't have any arrays in the header, right? Yes. Anyways, I'm assuming this is 12 bytes always, and then for questions, for answers, we are setting the answer. I just remember something else. I'm not bring up my allocators. Let's check something. I think it was the guide allocators. Come on. Okay, now is the time for the guide to be done. The allocators. No. Okay, no, that's not what I needed. The thing is, I'm not bring up my allocators. Response dot free doesn't exist. Also, I'm passing in the allocator object here, which means probably I need to free it up over is it allocator dot free. Should I do type of answer bytes? No. Existing in inner field pointer while field type. Active. This is annoying. Why it's not opening the doc that I need? Zig GPA allocator. I'm finding two interesting documents just on allocators. This one I think was the most interesting part. I need to read it through. This one, but for now I have a GPA. I want to see how I need to deallocate. Oh, it shouldn't be type of. Better now. And then what else do I need? I think for whatever out here. Actually, I have the answer bytes. Where is this response? Yeah, yes. How can I deallocate that size? Here I'm passing the type. Oh yeah, differ allocator dot free response. Okay, now nothing in the answer section is changing, right? It's identical to what I had before. Then the next thing I was checking with him is if there is any extra bytes they're putting in the section. Maybe what I can do is I wanted to print the question, but if this is correct, means what I'm printing down here except for the null pointer that I added is actually coming from the received bytes. What's going on? Can I find a simpler answer, or this guy, this simple one? What is it doing? There is an fn answer, fn query, fn main, right? Inside the while loop, we have client address, and see from is dropping whatever they are receiving. In response, bitcast DNS packet header, which is this piece here, manually setting all the things. What is this bitcast? This is interesting. Response is that for 12 bytes. All your bytes belong to us, yeah, that's fine. And then memcpy responds to first 12 bytes of the buffer. He is using this buffer for the response. He managed to submit the code, so what I said for the initial error doesn't make sense. That resolved my issue. Anyways, when is this answer from? "18 days ago," so it's not that old, and he's using this buffer. Okay. When returning it, it's just yeah. So after processing, it's just cutting off whatever that it needed to send. So I didn't need actually to have the allocator. I could also just cut off the response to the side I needed. Yeah, of course, obviously. And then what is it doing here? This is the first set of bytes. Let's calling it header. Yeah, this is header. And then there is query. IPs, which are defined like this. So let me do something. For the query, I'm going to use for, let me quickly check something over here. And then what do we have here? Receiving splitter. Okay, what I'm trying to do now is just copy this piece. Right. And then for the question section, what am I doing? I have const query query code crafters. What was it? .io. .io. For yeah, one and for buffer I'm going to pass my allocator. Actually, not the allocator, but the response. Then what it does, I don't need this anymore. It's called query written on that side. It's a U size. So here we add query written. Let's try it. I point to this. Yeah, and here let's say I want this. I don't think it's going to still work. Doesn't support indexing. How can I pass a buffer, an allocator to another function? Why is it not possible to pass it like this? Says doesn't support indexing. Okay. Can I fix that? Yeah, let's do. Wait a minute, I cannot do that, but I can do this, which I was doing before. Buffer idx to idx +1, and then do 1 byte of 0x00, basically setting the null pointer, right? What is the error here? What does this truncate do? Truncate. This function truncates bits from an integer type, resulting in a smaller or same size integer type return time is inferred as a result. Let's keep it as is. Here for now, do segment length compiles. Okay, this is not going to work, and I'm close to my time budget for today's stream. I'm going to get back to this tomorrow, but so far the problem is the message I'm generating has an error somewhere, and codecrafter is not indicating what it is. That's kinda annoying. But for now, I'm going to continue debugging it. I don't have much other option. And Dublin. Yeah, I think this is where I am today. Let me run the test once more. Yeah, the error, I think you guys don't see it. What happened? I'm going to rerun it, but the error is basically the same. There is a mismatch on the response size that I'm returning. The length specified in the header of a record is too long for what followed in the result. And if I run the program, I get this. Is there any DNS binary parser online? Oh, what does it do? I don't think that's it. But yeah, I'm going to accept the defeat for today, and then get back to this problem tomorrow to see how I can resolve this issue. The problem for me is that I don't understand what is it referring to, and I hoped that they showed some more useful error, but that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Please leave comments for me if you have any guidance to help me. I would really appreciate it. And see you hopefully tomorrow.